AliCamp 2024. Allison, Ravenhall, Customer-Informed Accessibility in the CommBank app. AliCamp 2024 is brought to you by our gold sponsors Intopia and ANZ, our silver sponsor Canva, and Auslan sponsor Signhow.
Okay, so I am part of the digital accessibility team at CommBank. We are currently a team of 4 reporting into a manager. We have 2 open roles right now. If you want to come and join me, look me up on LinkedIn, let's have a chat at drinks. Anyway, let's get on with stuff. I'm going to show you something in the CommBank app that we did last year. Like I said, didn't go so good, but then we fixed it. So it's a good news story in the end. All the screenshots you're going to see today are from the iPhone app. We have both in native. iPhone is built in SwiftUI. Our Android app is in Jetpack Compose. That is as technical as this is going to get. So just relax. If in my wanderings around the stage, my fat head gets in the way, because this is a very visual presentation, just wave and get me off out of the way. So last year, we did a major overhaul of the homepage of the CommBank app. Huge project. We're Australia's biggest bank. We have millions of customers using our apps every day. So huge, huge project. And I just want to walk you through some of the major features of the homepage, and then we're going to drill into this one special place. So starting from the top, we've got the menus. Profile menu, help and contact menu, pretty standard start. We've got a nice friendly greeting, hi. We've got our universal search where our customers can look at, they can search for transactions, they can search for help topics, any of our products and services. You can search it, it'll find it, that's the sell. Further down the page, we have our simple balance where people can set up a preview of 3 of their account balances on their homepage so they don't have to go over to their full accounts list. And today we're going to have a quick squizzy at the quick links. So quick links is a feature, it's smack bang in the middle of the homepage. It is 1 row of 5 buttons. And it's essentially a navigation element. And the last button is special. It's called View All. It's static, it never changes, and it takes everyone, all our customers, to basically a library page of all of the services and features that they can find in the CommBank app. It's just like a shopping list. The other 4 buttons are dynamic. They can change. And they are intended as shortcuts to your most used sections of the CommBank app. So it basically creepily tracks your behavior a little bit and learns what you do and conveniently, efficiently, sort of presents these little options right on your homepage so you don't have to navigate through lots of different pages to get to what you do. So it means that your quick links can change over time, and it means that my quick links are probably different from your quick links because we do different things in the app. So obviously, myself and the rest of the digital team, the accessibility team, we were very concerned about making sure that our homepage refresh was accessible. And one of the features that we concentrated on was large text support. So you may be aware your phones can dial up and dial down your text size. The iPhone supports 12 different text sizes if you take the accessibility text sizes into account. So this is the default view. This is an iPhone out of the box showing large text size. Here we are looking at the homepage now in XXXL, which is the largest text size in the default range. And here is the homepage at AX5. This is the very largest text size that an iPhone is capable of rendering. So for the most part, the homepage is honouring the setting that the customer has made. And I say for the most part, because those paying attention might notice that our friend the quick links has not changed size. So all of the text is bumped up, the greeting, the simple balance, the search. But yeah, quick links is just sitting in the middle, very obviously not changing. And that was my stuff up. No, it was actually an intended design decision. I meant this. I meant this. I meant this. I designed this. I told the developers to do this. And I'll explain myself. Here's why, right? So, you'll notice I've pointed out the quick links didn't change size. What else on this page has not changed size at AX5? The bottom of the screen, the global navigation, the bar that you find in so many apps that also doesn't change size. This is a component, this is a standard component shipped by both Apple and Android. And you might think, oh, they've ignored the text size. Like, what the what? I've got to stop swearing. So they haven't ignored low vision users. They haven't ignored the text size requirement. There's a feature built into the global navigation bar that you might not be aware of at these very large text sizes. If you press and hold on a global navigation button, you will be presented with a preview in large text of the button that you are sitting on. So we're maintaining the integrity and the layout of the screen, but we're also providing that large text experience to low vision customers and people needing that large text support. So I thought, we can reapply that pattern because it's native, it's shipped as part of the phone, we can reapply that pattern to our quick links. Our quick links passes more than a passing resemblance to global nav. 5 buttons in a row, fixed layout, navigation. Surely people will expect that if they long press, just press and hold on one of those quick links, that they'll see the preview, they can read the text in comfort, they know where they're going, boom, you're off. Beauty. So that was my bright idea. Naturally, changing the homepage of the CommBank app is a very, very big deal. And we've got a massive in-house research team who did a lot of usability testing. I attended all of the sessions involving disabled participants, participants using assistive technologies, participants using different settings on their phone, and obviously in the context of this talk, how did the quick links go? I think you can guess. 0. Nobody used the large text pop-ups at all. Nobody knew, nobody used it. Everyone complained that the text was small. I can't read this thing. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not going to use this. What did you do? You forgot. And I went, I'm like, anyway. Gathered myself. I'm like, okay, all right, let's get something out of this. All right, you didn't use it. You didn't think to long press. But what about global navigation? Global navigation isn't a CommBank thing. Global navigation, the bottom bar is like in so many hundreds of millions of apps. Surely you use the pop-up thing for that. And no. No one knew the feature existed. It wasn't the fact that I'd implemented it in a bad way or I hadn't, put a little affordance sort of click me hard here or anything like that. It was just no one even knew that this was a thing. 0% hit rate. And then when I suggested, hey, maybe you should hey, look at this feature. And we demonstrated it for people. They were like, oh yeah, cool. Cool. Why should I have to do that? I'm like, good point. So I had to ask, I'm like global navigations are everywhere. How are you managing otherwise? So there were a bunch of people who were like, I can recognize the icons. because they're a little bit bigger. So the $sign I know is pay and transfer. I know the diamond is the CommBank logo. I know that's home. The rectangle is cards. I know I'm going to go to cards. So some people could recognize the shapes. Other people who couldn't necessarily recognize the shapes had memorized the bar. And they were just like, I know that pay is in the middle. I know I can make out 5 shapes or blobs, and I know that pay's the third one. I don't know, the homepage is the start. Accounts is in between those two. And they just like had built a mental model. That works for Global Nav somewhat because it's static, it doesn't change. But for my quick links, which are dynamic, you can't build that mental model necessarily because you might have something change on you. And the button that was there yesterday might change to something else next week. So we chucked it out. We started again. No long press, no special gestures, no secret handshakes, just made it work out of the box. So here we are today, and it's a slightly different layout from last year to today. The simple balance has gone up, and the quick links has grown. We're big fans, so we've gone from 5 buttons in one row to 2 rows of 4 buttons. We now have 8 quick link buttons. We want you to get everywhere in the app. Go to all the things, use all the things. Apply for a product is now a static button. Apply for everything. No, I didn't say that. This is not financial advice. So I'd like to show you how our quick links performs in place. No special treatment according to the text size setting, which is detected from the user's phone. So no special treatment. So there are 12 text size settings. I'm going to whip through these. We've got these, all 3 of these, you're going to go, God, the text is small, right? This is what the customers have asked for. This is extra small, small, and medium. They're very small. And you might not be able to tell, I can barely tell, and this is huge, but the text is incrementally getting bigger from left to right. I promise. You'll see it in the later ones. Oh yeah, by the way, that one there, those 3 text sizes are used by about 10% of our customer base collectively. So 10% of our iPhone customer base are using a text size smaller than the default. I thought that was interesting. They've also got very good eyesight. All right, here's default. About 62% of our iPhone customers are seeing this version of the homepage and this version of the quick links. So we're maintaining this 2x4 layout with our quick links so far. So 62%. And that's called large. We move on to extra large and extra, extra large. And frankly, they're much the same. We're still maintaining our 2x4 quick links layout, but hopefully you can see now that the text is incrementally getting larger from left to right. But we are getting to the point where we're about to get crunched, because in our last shot over here on extra, extra large, investing is pretty much edge to edge on its button. Any bigger, that text size, and that word investing is going to have to wrap and break over 2 lines. I hate breaking words. So let's avoid that. And let's change the layout. Yay! So we've moved at XXX large to a 3x3 layout. So our buttons, which were taking up 1/4 of the width, are now taking up 1/3 of the width of the page, so there's a bit more breathing room. The text size can continue to get bigger. Investing's got room to move now. Yeah, it's got a bit more room to grow. So yeah, XXX large. Segue, this guy is the 2nd most used text size behind default. 9%. It's a big drop, I get you, but like 62 to 9. But like this one is the 2nd most used one behind default. And I think it's because it's the largest text size presented to users in the default text size range if you just go into the standard display text size settings. From here on, you have to go into accessibility settings to turn up your text size any further. So it makes me wonder, because it goes from 9% to 2 on the next size up, how many people would keep going further up in their text size if those extra ones were just made available by default? Food for thought. I thought it was interesting anyway. Here are the accessibility text sizes. This is AX1 and AX2. The layout has changed again. Our buttons are now 2 columns wide and 4 rows deep. So we've basically flipped the original layout. The text size is continuing to chunk up, and that's what we're giving the people what they want. And this is the final iteration, AX3, 4, and 5, right up at the top end of our text scale. We've ditched the grid layout entirely. Our quick links are now just presented as a straight list. One after the other, room to grow, text can wrap, text gets big. Quick links sorted. So, lessons were plenty. I'm going to keep it short. Now, I thought in the beginning I was doing the absolute right thing by following native patterns. I thought the long press pop-up text preview thingy was, it was shipped by Apple, it was shipped by Android. Surely customers who use large text 24/7 will know about it, they'll figure it out, they'll do the thing. No, I was wrong. Did you get that? Did you record that? Because that is never happening again. People who know me know that. Users aren't always aware of all of the things that their phones can do. So that leads into make a solution that just works. Don't have a special trigger, don't have a secret handshake, don't have a thing that they have to do to make a thing work. Just build it in, make it integrated, and it happens by default. And naturally, this whole journey, everyone knows I hate that word, this whole journey wouldn't have happened if we hadn't tested with users. If we hadn't tested with users, I would have shipped that thing and I would have been happy, pat on the back, job's done. We tested with users, I got told, get back to the drawing board. They knew best, they knew what worked for them, they told me fair and square, and hopefully I've fixed it for them. So that's my journey with quick links. Like I said, 2 jobs on offer. If you think this is cool and you want to do more of it, come chat to me, or if you're here with your team or your boss, hit me up on LinkedIn and we can go a bit low key. But it's been lovely, you've been awesome, and thank you so much.
AliCamp 2024.